Hi guys, Andreas, Sonic Mainliner with another installment of Now Spinning. I don't remember the number. Um, no, 10, 11. I genuinely don't remember. Anyway, it's been a while since I've done a Now Spinning, and I thought that I would share some of the recent spins I had on my home system. I don't know, it's like, if I say system, then it's a little bit technical. It's like, oh yeah, I have a system and I do technical stuff and I listen to it, which is partly true because I did do a couple of listens just to tune it in and see how it sounds, but I genuinely just listen to music and just enjoy the music as per usual because never mind. Anyway, yeah. Forget all that. Hi, this is Now Spinning. It's Andreas, Sonic Mainliner, coming to you from London or whatever, which I am. So yes, so some stuff that I have been spinning recently. I have a bunch of records here that I would like to share. It's like, is it everything? Yeah, I think it's like, yeah, sort of couple of records. First of all, what's playing in the background? In the background is this one. It's Al Doom and the Farids, and this is Positive Force. This is their second album out on Black Sweat. I took this out because I was watching Roger's video earlier, and I was like, oh, I haven't spun this, well, physically spun it, because I have the MP3s on my iPhone and I listen to it fairly often going to work and coming back and whatnot, but I haven't actually played the record in a while, and I was like, yeah, that's a good idea, this is something to listen to. So yeah, that's playing in the background. It is it's a very interesting sort of mix of psychedelic music and jazz and a little bit of ethnic elements to it, a little bit of Sun Ra with like I don't know, with some psychedelic band basically. So yeah, with guitars and whatnot. This song, this is the second side actually that we're listening to. This is the Ship of Joy, and it does have like a feel to it of another album that I've spun before, and it's Phil Cochran and Legacy and African Skies. This came out I think in 2013 or something like that. I'd say that it's 2013. So yeah, Kellan Phil Cochran and his and Legacy. So this was a recording from 1993, and it was a live recording, and apparently they did there was a documentary that was shown in the Adler Planetarium in Chicago, Illinois. So yeah, and they played live, and this is the live recording of it, and yeah, it's just brilliant. It's really funny because you can hear it's not overdubbed or anything. I think it's straight from the mixing tape, from the mixing desk basically, because there is a part of it where you can hear that some microphone or something is being plugged in or plugged out or something like that, and there's like feedback, and you can hear that the recording is not going 100%, but it's just a brilliant piece of work. It's an amazing record, and I was listening to this and I was thinking that what, it's the kind of thing that this is the record that one of the records that if there was a fire or something, is one of the records that I would pick from everything that I have and just make sure that I preserve this one. It's just brilliant, amazing. It's not like 100% my kind of, well, I don't know, what is my kind of music? That is a question, because I show black metal, and then I show this, and then I show electronic music, and like, yeah, I don't know. It's really funny because we had this is an interesting segue which just happened completely accidentally, because the friend of I wanted to show you two records that I shown in my previous video, which was Next Stop Soweto, and this is number 3, Giants, Ministers and Makers, Jazz in South Africa. And Next Stop Soweto number 2, which is Soul and Organ Grooves from Townships 1969 to 1976. And if you remember, I told you about a friend of mine that I met in the independent label market, and he said, oh, you know, these ones are just amazing, and I bought 3 of them, the 3 numbers, number 2, 3 and 4. And number 4, which was the first one I listened to, which was this one, I didn't like. Now, to his defense, he did say that I have the other ones and they're brilliant, highly recommended. This one I haven't listened to yet, and I think that if he did, you know, he wouldn't like it potentially. So yes, and he was saying that, you know, he came from that kind of, you know, background, if you like. He actually had noise bands, like pure, like, you know, electronic, heavy noise, improvisational kind of stuff. And he said, you know, I'm growing old, man. You know, I'm listening to, you know, jazz, and you know, this is like my kind of thing these days, and I sort of get it. Anyway, what I want to say is that I had a listen to these two, and these are brilliant, highly recommended. I just pass on the recommendation. This is just brilliant. It starts off with, you know, the first band is Batsumi, as I said, but the other ones I've no idea. I don't know any one of those. I mean, if you know any one of those, just let me know, because I have no idea who they are. And yeah, it's really good. If there was, you know, a criticism, if you like, well, criticism. Anyway, you know, if there was something that I could say about this, is that it sounds like straight jazz. It could have been recorded in America for all I know. It doesn't have that kind of you know, exotic element to it. It doesn't have that thing that you would expect from jazz from another place that would incorporate more African elements. So it's very straightforward, but it's brilliant, and it's really, really good. This one, I mean, you know, you sort of expect, you know, how this sounds, and it sounds brilliant. 4 sides, loads of artists that, to be honest, I don't know any of these either. Yeah, none of them. But trust me, this is really good. So yeah, just wanted to come back to that, you know, showing a record and saying, I don't know. Well, now I know, and I can recommend these. So, on to stuff that I actually spun, and I have a bunch of CDs. So one of them was the Talking Heads. No need for introductions here. I mean, yeah, this is Remain in Light. I have this on vinyl back home, but I bought this version because, like, I don't know, 8 years ago or so, before I started buying records again, because I found it really cheap. It was a remastered version, and it comes with a DVD 5.1 version of it, although I don't have any 5.1 system to play on, so yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's a bloody brilliant album. I bought most of the Talking Heads on this format. I was playing this one, 100 Window. I've shown this recently. I got it for like £2. Brilliant. Yeah, been playing this one as well. C'est George, I guess. Yeah, this the Life Aquatic studio sessions, which is this guy just playing David Bowie covers in Portuguese. You can't go wrong, man. If you've seen Life Aquatic, you know what I mean. If you haven't seen it, watch it, and yeah, the soundtrack will, you know, will resonate, I think. I was pinning this this morning, actually. This is obviously DJ Shadow, and introducing 1997, I want to say. 1997, yeah, well, probably 1997. I have this on vinyl back home. Again, I bought the special edition when I was not buying records, but I found this very cheap, like £5 or something like that. It's a special edition, yada yada yada, the deluxe edition. And yeah, this is like a genre. If you don't know this, this is a genre-defining trip hop kind of album. DJ Shadow is an original kind of, textbook crate digger. I've seen videos of his house, like, thousands of records, mostly bought for like, pennies from various places, and just buys in bulk. And he's originally, his roots lie in hip hop, and he just uses all these grooves and all these samples to make his own electronic music. I guess that he defines himself more of a hip hop artist, and his beginnings were probably more hip hop than, well, not instrumental hip hop anyway, but is classified as trip hop, and I do get it. And this is just brilliant album. If you don't know DJ Shadow, which probably if you're watching this channel you do know him, if there's like 3 albums that I would recommend, is this one, Preemptive Strike, which is a collection of 12 inches and things like that, which has brilliant stuff in there, and one that is not exactly his music, I think, but, and I don't know if many people know this, it's called One Night in Bangkok, and it's DJ DJ set he did in Bangkok. Obviously, it's like an hour-long, non-stop mix, and I have it on MP3. I don't have the CD or anything. It is fantastic, really good music. And I've also been playing this. Reason why I've been playing this is A, because I like it, B, because it is, I know that it's not considered audiophile or anything like that, but it's well produced, and it's not very easy to reproduce with good results. That's how I will place it. So it served 2 needs. So because I'm in a new place, it sounds different, as you would expect. A different sort of room setup would sound different. So one of the things that I've noticed in my system is that the bass response has dropped. Reason being that in my previous setup, the speakers were just right up on the wall. Although this is technical stuff, sorry if I'm boring you, but yeah, my speakers have a front-firing bass port. So theoretically, they should be fine if you press them against the wall, really, because it doesn't affect them, because the bass port is in the front. However, it does make a difference, and so initially I had them quite far from the wall, but I found that it was a little bit overwhelming from a bass response point of view, and you needed to crank up the volume to get more bass, which, I live in a flat, right? I cannot play like top volume. I would like to, but neighbors haven't said anything yet, which is really good. No one has complained, but they might, so I might as well not do it. So I took them a little bit further back, and sort of that improved things. And yeah, I used this CD not only to listen to music, but also to fine-tune the system. So there you go. I know it's not like, it's not audiophile, definitely not audiophile, but that is why it's really good for this. And it's really well produced, and it's very complex kind of music, very complex sort of production. Because if you want to listen to something that will sound brilliant, just listen to Solidaire, for example. Solidaire sounds fantastic, even if because it's fantastically produced. And that's it with CDs. I will not bug you anymore. I will show you some records. Now this is in a bag because obviously it doesn't fit into anything. I've broke out my copy of In Rainbows by Radiohead. This is the deluxe sort of edition. I think it was called, what was it called? Yeah, it comes with a double vinyl LP, 2 CDs, blah 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 blah. And I've spoke about this album many times. This is like, you know, probably one of the best records ever made. Reason being that, you know, Radiohead were an indie band, very straightforward and whatnot, but they've progressed a lot, and I think that this kind of album shows the way, if you like, for the future of indie rock music, whatever. It incorporates a lot of elements, and it's just brilliant album, and yeah, I love it bits. Sticking with Radiohead, Kid A, yeah. I saw Radiohead when they were touring before the release of Kid A, so yeah, the first song they played was National Anthem, and just, yeah, I saw them, when was it, 2003 or something? So this probably came out in 2003. No, not 2003. 2001, potentially. Anyway, Kid A, just brilliant. Bit of a change of pace here. A band that I never really got into when I should, I guess, but I got into later on, and especially with this album, which is Echo and the Bunnymen and Ocean Rain. This is a brilliant album, start to finish. You can't go wrong. It has Killing Moon in it. It's just so good. I was reading an article, and it was about in the Guardian, and they were saying how we recorded Killing Moon, and then I was like, oh yeah, I want to listen to Killing Moon right now, and you know, I broke out the record, and this is a brilliant record. I only have 2 albums from Echo and the Bunnymen. I guess I need to, you know, I like their sound, but you need to get into it. So I don't know. It took me many years to get into this one, but eventually I did. Change of pace again. You have yeah, Johnny Thunders and the Heartbreakers, and this is Lamp. This is the Lost 77 mixes, and I've shown this before, and some people said, oh no, this is rubbish, you need to listen to the original one, and some people said, no, this is really good, don't listen to the old one because this is the better kind of version. I did try to listen to the original one and listen to this one as well. There are some subtle kind of differences, but I think I prefer this one, and this is not me being biased in the sense that I didn't own the record and I hadn't listened to the record in, you know, for a prolonged period of time. Like Chris was saying about the Kinks album, that, you know, he's used to listening to it on stereo rather than in mono, and I think that, you know, it's I don't have that preconception. I don't have a preconception as to what it's supposed to sound like. So yeah, I think I am more I don't know, objective maybe. Let me put a little bit of this, because this is really good. So I've been okay. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. Continuing. So this is Jay Mayengani and this fucking hell, man, I cannot pronounce that. So this is the first. Kubani. This is awesome. You have to admit. So I was listening to this. This is the Spaceman 3. This is live in Geneva or something. Yeah. live at the New Morning, Geneva, Switzerland, 1989, 15th of May. And yeah, this is just, they're the kind of band that, you know, you have to see live, and yeah, I think that that was a really good live to be in. Yeah. So yeah. It's been recently released, 500 copies, well worth picking up, really good. I had to check how the new room sounds with Caius. I mean, not only that, but you know, this is just a fucking brilliant album, right? I mean, where do you start? Where do you begin? Like 1 Inch Man. I mean, yeah, it's just El Rodio. Yeah, this is just brilliant. This is seminal stoner rock. This is stoner rock. This is, you know, stoner rock history. I mean, yeah, there you have it. A band that I really enjoy, and yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're out there to embarrass and annoy and offend every single person that they can do that to. The Brain Bombs from Sweden. This is their third album, fourth album or something like that, and this is, yeah, this is out on their own label, I think, or not, I don't remember. Anyway, double LP, and it's just their sound, you cannot really pinpoint their sound into a specific genre. I think that they're mostly influenced by krautrock, but also by punk. So you get like a lot of tracks that have. They also have a horn section as well. They have a horn. One of the guys plays a horn. It's two guys, and they play this really crusty and edgy and very angular. Not angular, but abrasive, that's the word, very abrasive kind of indie punk kind of music that has all these elements in it, and their lyrics are just yeah, I mean, you know, bleed you whore and die you whore and things like that, you know, feature very often in their lyrics. And they're very misanthropic and very, you know, disturbing. But I think that, not I think, I'm pretty sure that they're doing it just for the shock value. And yeah, really good band. Yeah, this is an album that is not mine really, but it sits in the general collection. This is the Arctic Monkeys AM from 2014, I want to say. This is my girlfriend's album, but it's a really good album. It's a really good indie album, and yeah, if you like indie music and, you know, not think about it too much, this is the one to get. And I really like the Arctic Monkeys because the dude behind them, the brains behind them, is a really good storyteller. He's excellent. I mean, you know, you pay attention to the lyrics, and if I was 16 years old, maybe, you know, I would just love this record to bits. There's not much more to say. I mean, you know, it's about the storytelling of these guys. I bought the recent Eternal Tapestry album, so I broke out my old Invisible Landscape LP. I have like 4, 5 LPs by these guys, and yeah, it's just more brilliant stuff. Check out Eternal Tapestry. They're really, really good. You will not regret it. You will not regret it. Don't buy the previous album. Buy everything else and the latest one, but not the previous one. I don't remember the title. More indie stuff. Yeah. Afghan Wigs, Gentlemen. This is the reissue. I don't think I have it back home on vinyl. I definitely have it on CD. I have the other albums on vinyl, but I don't think I have this one. I cannot remember for the life of me. Brilliant indie. Yeah. Greg Dully, just complaining all the time about women, sex, and rock and roll, I guess. Can't go wrong. 25 minutes, bloody hell. Yeah. Grace Jones, amazing album, night clubbing, covering different songs like Use Me, night clubbing obviously from Iggy Pop. Walking in the Rain, I don't know, is it hers? I think that all these are pretty much covers, and there's Island Life and this one that sort of have the same kind of tracks as well. Just fucking brilliant, amazing album. And yeah, I mean, you know, if you don't have any hold-ups like, you know, oh, I'm not listening to this because it's like pop or whatever, just get it. Marcos Valle, this is his third album, I want to say. Yeah, probably Vento Sul, probably my favorite of his, I would say. Yeah, Line in the Attic reissue, and just brilliant. And finally, another indie release from 2013, I think, probably, The Antlers, and this is Burst Apart. Really beautiful indie, sad indie music, just amazing, you know, with mid-tempo, really dark, really atmospheric, yeah, heartbreaking almost. So there you have it. So that is my update. It's a really varied bunch of stuff that has been spun here in Sonic Mainliner headquarters. Hope you enjoyed, and you know, this is the part of the video where, you know, you can like, although you can like and dislike the video at any point, that is absolutely fine, but you know, like the video, dislike the video, it's fine. Leave a comment if you're bothered and you know, you want to interact. I always respond. I don't write comments right now because I still don't have an internet connection, and I cannot do it. The process is like too convoluted to do it on a mobile. I did write a comment on Fred's last video because I was doing it on a desktop at work, so I was doable. But I do respond to emails. I do respond to comments because it's easier to, you know, read and respond rather than watch a video and respond. So yeah, and obviously, you know, if you want to, you know, if you like this kind of thing, then you know, you can subscribe, or you know, if you think it's a complete waste of time and I'm an idiot, you can unsubscribe or just stay subscribed, as Ben has said, for more of this. Anyway, have a lovely weekend, and I will be seeing you around. Signing off.